study this picture. Look closely. What do you think all these people have in common? Their lives have been changed by someone becoming an organ donor. The need is constantly growing for organ donors. Yet, the next person added to the donor waiting list may be someone that you know and love. According to an article on Donate Life, 1 out of every 20 Americans will need some type of medical tissue transplant during their lifetime. I have a friend whose father needed a kidney transplant. He had been going to dialysis 2 or 3 times a week. Then one night the call came in, be at the hospital within 2 hours. Due to someone making the decision to become an organ donor, he was given the ability to live a normal life and enjoy his grandkids. He is starting his 6th year with the donated kidney and with no complications. Today I'd like to talk to you about the need for organ donors, why you should become an organ donor, how your family can benefit from your decision, and how you can become a donor. According to Organ Donor Association, April is National Donate Life Month. People around the world, and also right here in Indiana, need organ transplants. More than 100,000 people in the United States are currently waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. Every 12 minutes, a man, woman, or child is added to the transplant waiting list. According to the Indiana Donor Allowance Foundation, there are over 1,000 people right here in Indiana on the waiting list. Sadly, due to the critical shortage of organs, over 6,000 people will die this year that did not receive the organ they needed. People whose organs don't function properly live half-lives. A child whose heart is weak doesn't get to run and play with their friends. A man who has a bad liver may not be able to hold a job. They become unable to spend quality time with their family. They feel guilty and they are becoming a burden to their families. This affects not just themselves but also family and friends around them. As of April 2nd, posted on Indiana Organ Procurement Organization, the need for major organs here in Indiana were heart 39, lung 63, liver 86, kidneys 1,105. We all know that someday our time on earth will be over. No need for organs in the heavens above. Leave them on earth for others to live and love. Organ tissue and eye donation is a selfish act. It is an act for someone who recognizes that he or she has the opportunity to save the lives of up to 8 people and to enhance the lives of up to 75 people. I am sure some of you have a fear of becoming an organ donor. So let's look at some of the myths that you may have heard and review the facts according to the Mayo Clinic. Myth: if I'd agree to become a donor, the hospital staff won't work as hard to save my life. The actual fact: when you go to the hospital for treatment, doctors focus on saving your life. You will be seen by a doctor who specializes in your particular emergency. The doctor in charge of your care has nothing to do with organ transplants. Another myth: no one would want my organs or tissues. I'm not in the best health. The fact: very few medical conditions automatically disqualify you from donating organs. The decision to use organs is based on strict medical criteria. It may turn out that certain organs are not suitable for transplant, but other organs and tissues may be fine. Don't disqualify yourself permanently. Only a medical professional can determine if your organs are suitable. Now that you have the facts, you can see that being an organ donor can make a big difference, and not just for one person. You can save and improve many lives. The following poem by Robert N. Test, "To Remember Me, I Will Live Forever," gives a meaningful outlook on being an organ donor. The day will come when my body will lie upon a mattress in a hospital, busily occupied with the living and the dying. At a certain moment, a doctor will determine that my brain has ceased to function, and that for all intent purposes, my life has stopped. When that happens, do not attempt to install artificial life into my body by the use of a machine. And don't call this my deathbed. Let it be called the bed of life, and let my body be taken from it to help others lead fuller lives. Give my side to a man who has never seen a sunrise, a baby's face, or the love in a woman's eyes. Give my heart to a person whose own heart has caused nothing but endless pain. Give my blood to a teenager who has been pulled from the wreckage of his car so that he might live to see his grandchildren play. Give my kidneys to one who depends on a machine to exist week from week. Take my cells if necessary and let them grow, that someday a speechless boy will shout at the crack of a bat and a deaf girl will hear the sound of the rain against her window. If you must bury something, let it be my faults, my weakness, and prejudice against my fellow man. Give my sins to the devil, give my soul to God. If by chance you wish to remember me, do it with a kind deed or word to someone who needs you. If you do all that I have asked, I will live forever. I thought this was a great persuasive poem. I mean, really, stop and think about it. You and I are just average people. How can you truly make a difference in this world? How else could you save a life? As you can see, donating your organs can be a very important decision and also the greatest gift you can give. When you decide to become a donor, talk to your family about your decision. They will be involved in the donation arrangements when you die. If they do not know your wishes may not be carried out. According to Donate Life, families who decide to donate find that it helps them through their grieving process. It does not take away the pain of their loss. However, they receive comfort from being able to have something positive come from the death of their loved one. Organ donation benefits both the donor's family and the recipients. The experience is one filled with intense emotions for both families. For your family to know you made the decision to become an organ donor can be a comfort to them, a memory they will have of you being a loving and caring person, by your willingness to help someone else in need. For the recipient and their family, it is a gift of life, and there is no more precious gift. I hope you've made the decision to become an organ donor. It's easy to become a donor, and here are a few ways. When you get your driver's license, you'll be asked if you want to be a donor. They will display this on your license with a heart symbol. And this is a scan of my driver's license. I am an organ donor. You can also complete a donor card to carry in your wallet. And this is an example of the donor card. I have printed some donor cards out. Please take one home and discuss your decision with your family. You can also register at the Indiana Donation Alliance Foundation website. Registering your personal decision is simple and takes a few moments. In conclusion, let's recap what we've discussed. People whose organs don't function properly need you to become an organ donor. Your family and organ recipients benefit from your donation. Imagine if you had a family member who had unexpectedly died and you were able to meet the person who received their heart. Think of the possible comfort you would feel knowing that they provided someone life. And I am sure if it was your daughter or son were in need of an organ transplant, that you would hope someone had made the decision to become a donor. Become a donor today because you know it's the right thing to do.